cruise originally scheduled for this time has been canceled, and it looks as though there's too many battleships and war.
So if you're planning on getting into the Star Citizen universe at the moment, includes picking up a package with the starship. Now, I got a few of these a while back, but I hopped back in. They've updated Arena Commander, which is the PvP component of the game, and it's pretty much the only part of the game that you can really play at the moment. The rest of it is still in development. But when you go in, you're going to die quite a bit, just as I did, and I still am. I'm quite a noob when it comes to space combat, but I'm going to be training up for the release of the actual game. But I didn't really want to talk about too much about how to play the game, how to get better and stuff like that, because I'm still working on that myself. What I did want to talk about is how death will affect you in-game, because I was talking with my friend the other day, good old Althai, and he mentioned that death was a big turnoff for him and a lot of other people. And it kind of made me wonder. I hadn't actually really looked into death that much in the game, so I set upon myself that I should go and figure out how death works. And when I actually read about it, it seemed pretty cool. So I'm going to explain it to you guys. Hopefully that may clear up or maybe affirm some of the problems you had with the game, or maybe some things that you actually kind of like about it. When you're dogfighting in space in the persistent universe that will be Star Citizen, you'll inevitably end up in dogfights with other spaceships. Now, if your spaceship gets blown up, you have two options. You either die with your ship and end up having to create a new character. That next character will then be the next of kin. It could be a friend, it could be a son, it could be a wife, a daughter, or something like that. It's just someone that you've designated as your next of kin. They acquire all of your resources that may be held in your banks and other accounts, things like that. The other thing that can happen is you eject, and if you eject, you should be able to survive. Now, along either of those processes, you can end up accruing, if you do survive, you can end up accruing damages to your actual character model. So you can end up getting cybernetic or organic limb replacements. So if you lose an arm while you're ejecting, or say you've ejected and someone comes up as a scoundrel and they end up trying to blow you up in your little escape pod, you will probably end up losing an arm, or maybe getting shot in the eye, so you get an eye patch. So it will affect your character. And that's kind of something they really were going for. Additionally, if you get boarded and you enter the first-person shooter mechanic of the game and you get headshot, you also will obviously die. If you get shot in, say, an arm or something like that, then, as I mentioned, you may get a replacement, or maybe you'll just have a giant scar there. Where things get fuzzy and kind of scary is, where does your ship go for these people, especially that have been backing the game now? Where does the ship and all your resources and everything go? So in the game, you can buy insurance for your ship, and the way this works is I believe you can use in-game currency as the plan at the moment, although of course you probably can use real-life currency as well. What you have to do is, it's really recommended, and you probably should buy insurance for your ship, and what that'll do is it'll give you a ship replacement for either your next of kin or your damaged self once you've recovered. Chris Roberts is quoted as saying that he didn't really want to make this an RPG-focused thing, and if you want to think of it as an RPG, you can think of it as an RPG centering around your ship's progression, not so much around your character. Your character will go through lots of deaths, lots of most likely wear and tear throughout your game time. That's kind of expected, and that's kind of what he wants to go with. This is kind of like DayZ. You want to feel that threat of death, and there wants to be that living, breathing aspect of the universe. Now the ship is where you get to kind of see a little bit of consistency between the game and what's going on outside of it. So basically the end-all be-all is that insurance will be used to satisfy the people that have pledged, that maybe have paid a bunch of money. The people that pledged way early in advance, they get lifetime insurance policies which I don't have, but if they were like during the first few months of the development of the game, they get lifetime insurance. But for the rest of us, we get to pay in-game currency. It's supposed to be somewhat small amounts. It's not supposed to be something that you're having to stress about. It's trying to simulate real life. So it's not going to be a crazy amount of money. It's just going to be, you know, a normal, typical amount that I guess you could say like a middle class family would be able to afford. Anyways, I hope this has kind of cleared up some of the problems that maybe you guys have been having, or maybe scared you off a little bit more. Either way, it's good that you're informed about how it works or how it's planned to be working in this game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on how this system seems to be working, and leave a like, subscribe, all that great stuff if you so desire. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.